Memphis, they should have left them alone. Now, the hood, I appreciate our hood getting involved, but we gotta play it smart because all those empty data centers, they're for us and the ones who misbehave or break their laws. So we gotta be smart. We gotta be ready. We gotta start gardens in every community because we're gonna have a food shortage. And with that food shortage will become anger and rage. So start a garden and start now stocking up on non-perishables. Go out to the food banks and start stocking up because they're going to be depleted as well. Food will be starting down probably toward the beginning of next year. I didn't say no food. I said slowing down. Right now, the farmers are still waiting for fertilizer. And every day they wait, that means our harvest will be lower than expected. So reach out to your churches and your schools if you don't have anywhere to start a garden. Start looking into how you can start your food growing on your windowsill or in front of a window at your house. You can even grow food in a hotel. Grow food in a car if you have to. But you need to be creative so you won't end up in one of them camps. The second thing, we know winter is coming and we know the grants were cut for light heat. So you should start figuring out how you're going to stay warm. Collecting blankets and rugs, firewood if you have chimneys, getting those chimneys cleaned out now during the summer. Let me get back to the food. Meat will become unattainable for many, as you can see. And I've been telling you guys that since January of this year. Due to climate change, disease, and our current administration, some of us just won't be eating any meat because it's going to cost too much. Now, most of our seafood is imported. That means the prices will continue to rise as long as the gas prices are high as hell. And any produce that's imported will be affected as well. So you're looking at sky-high grocery bills. You also need to start stocking up on water. That's very important. Now, I'm going to stop here. If you need any more information, just follow me. Remember to build that village because you're going to need it. And don't forget to look out for our sick, elderly, and disabled communities because we all we got. We are not going to run out of gas in July. However, the price of our gas is probably going to skyrocket in July, and the price of everything else due to the conflict in Iran and Strait of Hormuz not being open. Okay, so when Big Orange was talking about running out of gas, and people have been saying that, they mean the strategic gas reserves, not the actual amount of gas. Now, will you be able to afford gas as an American? Now, that's up for debate. But will there be gas here in America? Absolutely yes. Will there be gas in other countries? No, they are going to run out because gas is a global commodity. And so, y'all remember I told y'all a couple months ago, I was teaching you guys about supply and demand. Gas currently is traded all over the world. And America exports a lot of the gas. So more than likely, if they don't get this thing situated with the Strait of Hormuz, all of the exports of gas in America are going to stop. This is then going to cause more gas shortages. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be more oil shortages. And now countries in Europe and countries in Asia are going to be bidding fiercely to get their hands on the gas and the oil. So this is going to bring the price up because they're going to aggressively be trying to purchase gas and oil because they need energy for their countries. Also, this is going to create a domino effect because a lot of things that we have here in America are manufactured in Asia. And if they don't have the oil and the gas to run their facilities, that means a lot of the things that we consume from them, we're not going to be able to get them because they won't be able to make them. You understand? So this is going to impact prices again due to supply and demand because the demand will still be there, but there will be a lack of supply. So that means the price is going to go up. So this is why weeks ago I started telling you guys to get prepared for ginormous price increases around the end of June to middle of July, okay? But as far as you being able to actually go and get gas or run the energy in your home in America, we're still going to be able to do that in July. It's just going to cost a whole lot more. Anyway, y'all don't forget, if you need to make more money, I have a workshop that is this Friday. It is an online workshop, so you can come from anywhere in the world, and I'm going to be showing you guys how we make money every single month on social media without having to run ads and without having to live stream every day, okay? And if you happen to be in the however, the price of our gas is... So, if and when, apparently, the oil runs very low, gets stupid expensive, what happens? What do we do? Because, okay, we can't... How do you get to work? How do you go get food? How does anything happen? Is this going to be enough? Low key, I think this is going to be enough for some type of unrest, some type of civil unrest. It's some type of...
This is very, very important. Yesterday, Cuba reported it is now completely out of oil. It has no more oil. 10 million people can't go to work, school, pharmacies, hospitals. There's no fuel to cook food. Diabetics cannot get their insulin. Mothers can't reach delivery rooms. Ambulances cannot move. This is the result of a U.S. blockade that cut off every oil shipment to the island. 10 million people are paying for the price of a political standoff that they have no part in. There have been 22-hour blackouts. People are cooking with charcoal, sleeping on the rooftops to escape the heat. Delivery trucks have no diesel to run. Hospitals are being rationed with what little power remains. The babies are dying in Cuba. You have to call your reps. 202-224-3121. Call your representatives. Tell them Trump's blockade on Cuba is an act of war and it must end now.
So look, y'all, I'm in Costco and I see this emergency food supply thing here, right, for $64. And, you know, I've seen this online, but it just reminds me of right now what we're going through as far as, you know, people not being able to get their food card. I know it's cut on partially right now, but we don't know what's coming next, y'all. And the fact that Costco was selling this emergency food supply just gives me an idea that I better get it. You know, I always buy stuff. I try to anyway to buy stuff and be prepared for emergencies and stuff like that. I'm telling you, this right here is just a sign to me. Like, if Costco is already selling emergency food supply and we see how the government ain't got no problem of cutting people off food, we don't know what this country is going to hold for next. We don't know what the world next. So if I can give y'all any suggestions, start being prepared for what's happening, because we don't know what's coming next as far as with food, with money, with anything. I mean, we think here in America that we got it made, but places like Gaza, other places around the world who are suffering really bad, you know, they know what it's really like. But, you know, at some point it's going to come here too. So if you got a chance, stocking up on stuff and preparing for what's coming next, I suggest that y'all do it. I do it all the time.
Holy smokes, you're not going to believe this.
So they're saying that everything in this country is unaffordable. And they're saying that more Americans are driving older vehicles for a long period of time, and that's actually hurting America. So guess what they're doing? Everyone that has an old vehicle, and you think you're going to be able to hold on to that car for a very, very long time because things are too expensive, the parts dealership, the main part supplier for older vehicles, they're going bankrupt. Then there's been mysterious fires at these junkyards. 3 mysterious fires at junkyards, burning down the junkyards. And then you guys have new technology that they want on every vehicle that will look at your eyes, look at the way you're walking. And if it doesn't like what it sees, it won't start. So if they can get everyone out of these old vehicles, get you guys into the new vehicles with the technology where they can shut the car down if they want to, it makes America safer, but it also saves the auto industry because nobody's buying vehicles and they still have new cars from 2023 that they weren't able to sell.
Since you don't want to listen to me,
Here are 3 signs you need tax relief.
So you're telling me they took junk food off of EBT, where if you use EBT, you can't buy chips, soda, and all of the junk food. And the interesting part about that is they're saying that these people who buy those types of things with EBT, they're losing weight, and the corporations that manufacture and they make all the junk food
is losing money.
They're having a hard time selling it. So they're going to bring the prices down on sodas, chips, all of the junk food that is no longer supported on EBT.
Good.
Potatoes, greens, anything you can grow. Anything. If you don't have space or you've never done it before, go start talking to your neighbors. Start a neighborhood garden. Share the work, share the harvest, share the knowledge. Get your kids involved. Put up what you grow. It's not enough to have just a whole bunch of beans. Stock it up. Learn how to preserve it. Stock a little extra when you can. Prepare. Because this isn't just about rain or fertilizer prices, market prices. It's not. It's really not. We are in a spiritual war. And I'm telling you, the very gates of hell will come against us in the...
But by April this year, 2026, April, May, and probably June, the whole economy in the United States is going to change. And it's not going to change in a good way. It's going to change in a real bad way. What you're starting to see more and more on the internet and on TV is people advertising for gold and silver. It's deceptive. It's not that the price of gold and silver is going up. It's that our dollar, our currency, which is based on nothing, is dying. It's dying. And we're in serious direct debt. Last year, there was over 3 million people were laid off. We started this year out, and it's already worse. People don't know what's coming because they're watching stupid things and silly things like the Super Bowl, which is a waste of time. You spend a half an hour with some Bugs Bunny or whatever his name was, dancing around, and nobody can figure out what the hell he was talking about. But it's coming. It's coming, and people keep talking about things like the New World Order and resetting and all this other stuff. Well, that's what this is. The financial system is not the U.S. This time it's the whole world. It happened a couple times before in 2008. This time it's different. This time it's going to stick. And the stock market, it's just a game. That's all it is. Now it's $50,000, which is just ridiculous. So if you're my age or older, 72 years old, and you got your money sitting in the bank waiting for retirement, boy, you're going to take a beating because it's about to unravel. Now,
let me show you why I never panic when they say there's going to be a blackout or anything like that. Let me show you.
So we all just found out the minimum wage is supposed to be $66 an hour to keep up with the current cost of living. I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field. I went to school for 8 years and paid back $80,000 in student loans. Since the beginning of this year,
Trigger warning, guys. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but what I'm about to say is absolutely terrifying. And if you're scared, you fucking should be. I actually had to step outside my house to make this video. That's how bad I didn't want my kids to hear. So Israel just issued evacuation order for a city by the name of Qom in Iran. And it's spelled Qom, and I'm probably saying it wrong. But this particular city is known for having the largest uranium enrichment plant, which is what develops nuclear warfare. And the evacuation is a 28-kilometer radius, which is an evacuation size that you only issue when you intend on dropping a nuclear bomb. So we know for a fact that the evacuation orders are true. You can confirm that just by Googling. I'll post the Google results. And we think within the next 24 to 48 hours, Israel is going to drop a nuclear bomb on Iran. And I said this earlier today, and I've maintained this. I don't think the world is going to survive nuclear warfare.
I'm going to go over what products you should be considering stocking up on and in what order. No, I am not selling you anything. No, I am not linking to anything. I am simply telling you, based on what I know about logistics, this is what you should be stocking up on to help your family to ride out this sort of tariff situation. Okay, if this doesn't make sense, please go back and watch the video. It's linked down below in the playlist, the one where I'm talking about shortages. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what to buy and when. This would be sort of buy immediately, like in the next 2 weeks if you can. And of course, all of this is if you can. These items are going to disappear the fastest. Thin inventory, high dependence on China as a manufacturer. Phone chargers and cables. I know this is going to be kind of boring, guys, but especially USB-C. Laptop and tablet chargers, rechargeable batteries, AA's, AAA's, lithium ions, backup power banks, headphones, earbuds, external hard drives, SD cards, basic replacement parts, keyboard, mouse, screen protectors. Those are the very first things that you want to focus on. Past that, toys and games for birthdays and holidays coming up in the next 6 months, especially kids' toys. Puzzles, board games, dolls, outdoor toys, summer is upon us. Furniture. All furniture that you need or will need soon. Chairs, desks, mattresses, shelves, home office items, standing desks, ergonomic chairs, things like that. This would be in the buy soon category, so like no further than maybe June 15th. These are the items that will follow. There will be a buffer, so that's why you have longer to get your hands on these. Still very high import dependence. Apparel and footwear. Sneakers, work boots, everyday shoes, basic clothing essentials, socks, underwear, jeans, outerwear, kids clothing, especially sizes that they will grow into soon, maybe even at the start of next year. Home essentials, bedding, right? Pillow, sheets, comforters, towels, washcloths, curtains, rugs, small storage bins. I'm just giving you guys examples. Light bulbs, extension cord, and power strips. If you're going to need those things in the next couple of months, that's when you would buy them. Now we're moving to sort of late June, early July. These are going to be items that are domestically produced or have longer supply. Still smart to top off, and I'll circle back to why at the end of the video. Food staples, long grain white rice, all-purpose flour, sugar, cooking oils, canned proteins, chicken, tuna, dried beans and lentils. I feel like we're going back to the pandemic. Shelf-stable milk, like powdered or boxed milk, peanut butter, honey, household basics, cleaning supplies, bleach, soap, detergents, toilet paper, paper towels, dish soap, laundry detergent, aluminum foil, plastic wrap, and freezer bags. Now, this is only longer term if the tariffs persist in this way. Auto supplies, tires, car batteries, wiper blades, engine oil, air filters. This wouldn't be a bad time to refill your prescriptions. Get a couple if you can. Over-the-counter meds, pain relievers, fever reducers, allergy pills, first aid kits, and multivitamins. They really kind of go like bare bones, right? Focus on break it, replace it type of items. Chargers, car batteries, basic electronics. If it breaks, it will be much harder to replace affordably. Prioritize consumables, food, hygiene, clothing. Stuff you're going to burn through no matter what. If you have the excess funds to be able to stock up, I did not say panic buy, I said stock up. This wouldn't be a bad time to do it. Again, I'll circle back to why. This is where I know Americans, we like to think like a week ahead, but we need to think 6 months ahead. Guys, we've done this before. We did this during the pandemic, okay? We can do this. Want to buy practical? Don't panic. Don't need 50 chargers. You maybe need 1 or 2. Okay, I was going to do it in this video, but it's just getting too long. I'm going to do a third video in a few hours where I'm talking about, and again, it'll be in this playlist, where I'm going to talk about why all prices are going to go up. Tariff products, non-tariff products, it's all going to go up. And why that is and what that will mean for you. I'm going to go over what products you should